Hi, and welcome to Senior Creative Wellness. I'm glad to see you back. I hope you have a cup of coffee, tea, water. I'm drinking hot water today. So please sit back, get comfortable, and enjoy the show today. So one of the first things I've decided to take a look at today was I searched to see some fun things about Canada, and I came across this one, which kind of intrigued me, and I thought it was a little funny too. So today we are going to talk about the jockstrap. So as much as it was not necessarily invented in Canada, the first one was developed in Chicago, but it was called a bicycle jockstrap. It was made out of soft material, and that's how it was invented. However, in 1927 in Guelph, Ontario, a company called Elastic Hosiery decided to add the hard cup to the design of the jockstrap so that it would have more protection. I know it seems strange that I'm talking about this, but it interested me, so I wanted to share it with you. So in Guelph, the company decided that they were going to add the hard shell to it for extra protection. And the other difference too, compared to the one that was made in Chicago, was that the one in Chicago was actually named the bicycle jockstrap. And here in Guelph, when they decided to add that extra hard piece, they decided to go ahead and that they were going to offer they decided they were going to offer people the opportunity to send it a name. And the name that ended up, of course, winning, we all know is famous now, is the name jockstrap. So that's how it got its name. Anyway, I just thought that was a extremely interesting story about the jockstrap. Many people have used them over the years to protect themselves. And I just had no idea that the hard aspect of it was developed in Canada. So I found that to be extremely interesting. The other part of that was that the other one that was made here in Canada, even though bras back in the day were made and used, they were not comfortable. They did not make women look very pretty. They didn't really lift women up. They didn't give women form. They just weren't proper. So back here in Canada, the Wonder Bra, the push-up style, was designed in 1964 by, it says here, Louise Poirier of Canada. And she made it for a Canadian lingerie company, which was quite interesting, actually. So I thought that was quite fun, too, to know that the Wonder Bra was developed right here in Canada. I believe it was actually made in, she was from Montreal, if I do remember correctly. So we have them to thank for both things. For the gentlemen, for many of you that have used it, I'm sure you guys are very thankful and grateful that extra hard protection was there. And then on top of that, us women, we get to be thankful for the more stylish and more supportive bra, the Wonder Bra, to be able to be used here in Canada as well. So I thought that those were two fun little facts that I wanted to share with you today. And moving on, kind of because we are still with the aspects of dealing with sports, one of the other things that I decided to look up, sorry, I'm just going to take a sip here. Thank you. Sorry. One of the other things that I found quite interesting was I wanted to take a peek and see at what some of the first sports across the world has ever been, that's been around the longest, because I don't know that answer. So I decided to look that up as well. And what I found was that one of the oldest sports in the world, of course, is, believe it or not, is wrestling. They believe it to go back to 100 AD or 200 AD. They've been able to find drawings and things on walls and stuff showing that at one point in time, wrestling was quite a big sport. So it's quite old, which is quite interesting. I haven't watched wrestling in a very long time, but I used to enjoy watching it all the time. Another sport that they found to be quite old is running. They found that running was actually a sport that was done going back to about 776 AD. So I found that one quite interesting as well. But it does make sense. I mean, way back when, you know, we had to run away from things that were going to attack us back in the day, right? So running was another one. Another one that I found quite interesting, and this makes sense too, because when you go back and you think about how back in the day they used to be able to get things like eating, this one kind of relates back to that, and it's javelin, the throwing of poles, javelin. So they suggested that one was done in 708 AD, and they've also found drawings and things relating back to that. So I thought that was quite interesting. But then there's a couple more here. I've only got 2 more to go through. And another one that they found, which was quite interesting too, is polo. So they figure polo goes back as far as about 316 AD, which I also found quite interesting. And all of this they have found pretty much on through walls and historian aspects. And if you have access to the internet or know someone that can come down and sit with you, they actually do show some of the drawings and things, which is very interesting, that they have found on caves and rocks and engraved and things. So if you get a chance to be able to maybe look on the internet and check that out, you really should give it a try. And of course, one of my last ones, which I saved for the last, of course, is hockey. We all love hockey, and hockey goes back to as far as 600 BC. And this was a little fun fact that I thought was very interesting about it. Hockey was not always named hockey. So I found this, and it said that that once it was called shinty, so SHINTY, which it actually didn't get the name hockey until the year 1363 by an English gentleman. And what I found interesting is that, could you imagine if instead of it being called Hockey Night in Canada, if it was called instead Shinty Night in Canada? I think that would be sort of funny. But I found those to be quite useful and quite interesting. So I wanted to be able to go ahead and share those little tidbits with you. So I do hope that you will like and subscribe to my channel. I'm continuing to be able to add to my channel. If there's something that you want to know or you want to look up, I have some other ideas that'll be coming out shortly as well. So please like and subscribe to my channel, and I continue to keep making the videos. Maybe I'll catch something that catches your interest. All right.